Hey there, Magic Makers. It's Deb D here for your Witch Wednesday. G'day and welcome to the waning moon. And not any ordinary waning moon. I mean, the moon's going to do that cycle by cycle, teach us about letting go. But if you caught my Sunday surrender, you will also know that we are letting go, making space, preparing for eclipse season, my favorite astrological time of the year. Eclipses are the wild card. Eclipses always come in a pair, at least a pair, if not a three. Our upcoming eclipse is coming in a pair, and we start on the 30th of April with a solar eclipse for our Taurus new moon. That's going to be amazing in itself, but we're not quite there yet. So I just wanted to kind of peel back a little bit and break down a few ways that you can prepare. So in the Sunday Surrender, if you haven't checked it out, go further up into the group, or you can go over to YouTube if you're not already on YouTube and find the Sunday Surrender, the most recent Sunday Surrender, because I did an oracle card reading with these cards here, the enchanted map. And what we received was the magic stream, which is beautiful, but we were reversed, my friends. And then we got encouragement, yay, also reversed, my friends. And so it was this idea of actually kind of shifting gears with the current vibration. And do you know what? That's what an eclipse does. An eclipse is helping to kind of realign some energy, not only within us, but around us. Who we're hanging out with, where we live, what job we're doing, whose hand we're holding, maybe a part of a bigger dream. Eclipses are the universal wild card coming in to help to realign everything. And we are advised to line up as much as we can before we hit that eclipse. So coming up, we have our eclipse, which is going to begin on the 30th. It begins the eclipse season, which lasts for a couple of weeks. But also within there's some extra magic in there. We have a beautiful alignment with Jupiter on the 3rd of May, which is a day of major transformation. I mean, that in itself is eclipse kind of magic. Big turnarounds are possible. And just because that's not enough, Magic Makers, we also, on the 10th of May, so 10 days into our eclipse corridor, Mercury decides, I'm going to do one of my retrograde dance moves. So add up all of that movement in the sky. We've got the eclipse, we've got this major moment with Jupiter of like, yes, we can do big transformations now. And Mercury saying, I'm going to shift it around. Pluto's also going to be retrograde. Pluto is transformation. There's a lot of change coming down the pipe, my friends. It's coming down the pipe. So what can you do now? What can you do now? So there's many, many ways that you can line up your magic. And what I want to do between now and the new moon is I'm just going to pop in and share with you some ways that you can be working your magic, because remember, you are the magic. You're going to be working your magic to clear, clean, make some space and get yourself into your prime position to enter into that eclipse season, because the time between eclipses is a time for big transformation. Pluto's giving us that. Mercury's going to give us that. Jupiter's going to give us that. The universe in an eclipse season gives us that. So what shall we do between now and then? We do not sit on our hands. We do not wait for the universe to knock us upside the head and say, we told you to change. So the first thing we're going to do is follow the moon. So following the moon means the moon is now saying, I'm letting go, and so can you. So just breathe that in, Magic Maker. What is it in your world that you know it's time to let go of? It could be a thought, it could be a feeling, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a grudge. But just start to identify and bring them into a conscious relationship. Because what's happening is all of those thoughts, all of those old memories that we hold on to, the old stories that are there, they're actually still living within us. You might have it in muscle memory. You could have it in your etheric body, the first layer of your auric field where your chakras live, and in the other layers of your auric field. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to come into conscious relationship with what's going on. How are you feeling? Where are your thought patterns? And we don't want to hold on now. We want to do what the moon is doing and let go. We're going to let go as much as possible, and also know that if you do let go and create some space, if it is actually in your highest good for that to be a part of your world but transformed, the universe is going to work that magic with you, and it's going to become a part of your eclipse magic. So don't fear that if you let go you're going to miss out on something, or I wasn't quite done with that yet. You can actually just let go to make some space and see what is created. It also means sometimes you might need to let go of being right. You might need to let go of, I want to have this conversation right now. And what if the other person's not ready? Where in your world can you follow the moon and let go? Because the universe says, please play with me and make some space so I can hit the dance floor. And eclipse magic is saying, well, we're going to move it around anyway. So why don't you line yourself up so that you are actually on the dance floor with us, rather than like doing an awkward dance move where you're thinking, why is all of this happening? That can still sometimes happen in an eclipse, I've got to say. It really is the wild card, right? So as we're letting go, know whatever is for you will return, and it will return in a higher vibration. And think first, consciously think, what do I need to let go of? And then ask yourself honestly, am I going to let that go? Because one of the things that we can do when we're doing all of this let go, forgiveness, I'm going to follow the moon magic, this I see a lot, and this I can catch myself doing also, is we can identify, yes, that I need to let go of. I know it, I feel it, it's so clear, it's so obvious, I'm going to journal about that. And then 3 days later, we're still thinking about it. Or we're still wanting a different outcome to a conversation that we didn't have, which is your indication that there might be another layer, or give it another go at letting go. So watch also, what does the moon do? The moon is not letting go in one evening. You can allow yourself a process of letting go, right? On Friday, I am actually going to be recording a Friday frequency guided meditation infused with Reiki love. It's going to be uploaded on to the YouTube channel. It's going to be available to all magic makers. It's going to be available to you, and I highly recommend that you check it out, because it is going to be a guided visualization and meditation which is going to assist you to clean up and clear and let go of whatever emotional, psychic or mental debris is in the many layers of your auric field. That magic is coming up on Friday with our Friday frequency, and if you play along with the magic now, it's only Wednesday, you've got a couple of days to bring into that consciousness, what am I letting go of? Because if you bring that consciously to that meditation and you play along with the universe is going to say, yes, please, let's help you out, magic maker, and make some space for that, and that you do not need anymore. Old energy bogging down your energy fields. You don't need it. We can get attached. I absolutely can get attached. I am having a lifelong, probably more than one life, lesson in letting go and surrendering. It's one of the things that I'm sure at some point I'm going to feel like, now I really get it. Because I'm telling you, there's layers to letting go. That's why my book is called A Series of Surrenders. I didn't surrender once. I continue to surrender. So here we are. I thought I'd bring back also here our enchanted map, because when we did actually reverse that magic stream, when we decided to shift our thoughts from the upside down encouragement to, right, we're here, we're going to actually clean up our thinking and clean up who's around us and communicating with us, what we ended up with, if you remember, or maybe you didn't see it, you can always go back and watch it, is we received the peaks of joy. And that's also what an eclipse season can do. An eclipse season can bring you that peaks of joy. An eclipse season is the wild card that can bring you what you've been looking for this whole time, or what's been just out of reach. The universe can line all of that up for you as well. So let's ask now for the enchanted map, and remembering when we're asking our oracle deck or our tarot deck or our pendulum or any other, we wanting to also get out of the way, create some space, be open to receiving what is in our highest good. And so now, on behalf of us all as a community of magic makers, I am now going to ask the enchanted map again. Okay, so we've received Sunday Surrender. We've had a couple of days to digest that. We're going to clean it up. We're going to step out of the stream of what's not working. We're cleaning up our thinking and what's happening in our environment, cleaning it up on Friday with the meditation. And we do want the peaks of joy. We do. So what's between cleaning up and the peaks of joy? What is available to us in the letting go? What is in our highest good as a community of magic makers to know as we follow the moon and as we bring into our consciousness what it is, who it is, where it is, the old story that we are letting go. So enchanted map, what would you like us to know? So on behalf of us all, let's all just take a big deep breath and zone in for yourself. Breathing in, I'm available to hearing what is in my highest good to know now. And that is what I am breathing in for all of us as a community of magic makers. What is in the highest good of the magic makers to know now, as we do as the moon does and we let go. We're making some space for magic, and the enchanted map is going to help us out by giving us a reflection of what it is in our highest good to know. Okay, we're ready to get the card, breathing in, smiling, opening up to playtime with the universe, not seeking any particular answer at all, but just asking the cards now, show us what is in our highest good to know. Yes, okay, excellent. Stuck in the mud. Now, stuck in the mud, and we got it in this position, not reversed. So stuck in the mud is great. Like, it doesn't sound it, right? This is one of those cards where you get and you're like, I don't want to be stuck in the mud. But stuck in the mud in this position is actually saying, don't go digging in or fighting where you are right now, because it's just going to sink you deeper into where you are. When you feel like you're stuck in the mud, when it feels like I'm in the stream of it's not working, or Deb's saying all this stuff about the eclipse season coming and now I'm going into fear, anxiety thoughts, any of that, pause and breathe and realize that the thing that is best for you to do now is to just actually pause and to not do a whole heap of erratic movement. Just let it be. Let it be. It is another form of letting go. It doesn't necessarily mean that in terms of a particular relationship or a job or a thing or a part of your life, the cards are actually saying, they're giving us this clear reflection of, don't fight this. If you feel like you're stuck and you can't let go, or you're stuck in the mud, if you start to tussle with that, it's just going to get really messy. So what happens if you just pause and allow the mud to move itself? What happens if you actually just find the stillness in this, and in that stillness, know that you are supported, know that what you need is going to come, and also know that you can activate letting go by simply being and just breathing in and just saying, you know what, universe, I really want to let this go. I'm going to breathe this in, I'm going to say a prayer before bed, or I'm going to set an affirmation at the beginning of my day, and I'm not going to dig into the mud. We're not going to get really up and personal with what we want to let go of. This card is letting us know there's a lot of change already coming. There's a lot that's going to be moving once we hit that new moon and that solar eclipse. So for now, what about if you actually just allow yourself to come into alignment with more stillness and more allowing of the letting go? Not the fighting of the letting go, not the trying really hard, not the digging in deeper into the mud, but just actually allow and know that you can find your alignment by asking for it, by being it, and by breathing. And when I say breathing, I'm talking about conscious breathing, where you are, every time you're breathing in, your spirit is coming in and anchoring down into earthbound you. And you can ask for support in this. Like we did on Sunday, I've also got the Archangel cards, and we're going to ask now for an Archangel to say, okay, so if we are getting this reflection of stuck in the mud, which is telling us, don't fight it now. Let it be. If something is not working, magic stream reversed. If something is not working, what about if you just say, this isn't working? I'm just going to acknowledge that. I'm going to bring that into the consciousness. This isn't working. And I'm just going to allow that to be and breathe that and let the stream take it away, because I'm making space for what is possible, what could work for me. You don't have to think and find it. The first layer here in Stuck in the Mud, the first layer here with the moon is, what about if you just let it go and actually begin an open dialogue with the universe? Maybe for you it's angels, maybe there's somebody on the other side who you have communications with, who you pray to. Whoever, whatever way that you do it, begin to have an open dialogue with the, oh, my ear's itching now, yeah. Listen to the universe. Begin to have an open dialogue and just give permission. Just say, angels, archangels, guides, soul family, please help me to let this go. I just want to let it go. I don't want to dig in deeper. I want to make space for magic. I want to make space for the alignment that's going to bring me towards my big life magic. So let's ask the archangels now. So, magic makers, now shuffling for us all. Which archangel would like to come front and center to say, yes, I will be in the mud with you, and this is the blessing I am bringing your way. Let's see what we receive from our archangels. Ah, beautiful. Spiritual understanding. So for this, I'm just going to need my spectacles because there's some smaller writing here that I want to read for us all. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All of that is available to you. See? And as humans, we kind of get caught down here. Okay, spiritual understanding. We have Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Okay, beautiful. This is, Stuck in the Mud is saying, let's just actually stop and pause. Do not fight where you are at the moment. I just want you to stop and breathe, please. And then when you're breathing and when you're meditating, Friday Frequency Meditation is going to be all about this. Be open to what you're receiving. Same as like when I was shuffling that card and my ear started to itch a lot. It's like saying, we're trying to get some messages through to you. We want to be on the playground with you. And they're going to come through moments you're breathing, moments you're just about to fall asleep, the moments you just wake up, meditation, asking for healing. If there's any Reiki practitioners in your life, you could say, can you give me some Reiki? Any other ways, have a nice bath, go for a beautiful walk. Whatever it is that helps you to relax so you're not in the fight of it, helps you to relax and just opens up, because we are stuck in the mud for a reason. Spirit is saying, can we all just stop a little bit of the chaos and the moving, because we want to get some information through to you. So what are you ready to hear? What if what's going on in your world right now you don't have to solve? What if you got out of the way and asked Spirit and that whole spirit tribe that are connected to you, what have you asked them and said, hey, can you bring it on down? Because I'd like a little bit of help here. Or actually, I surrender. Why don't you guys take over? Whoo! And all of that, remember, is leading towards your peaks of joy. And that's what humans want. We're all working towards expanding our heart experience, expanding our understanding of love, and love in a beautiful vibration is joy. And when we have joy, we can share it. The world needs it. You need it. You want it. You are it. You are love. You are joy. And you are the magic. Okay, my magic makers, this feels a little bit exciting to me, this reading. I was actually coming on to do this recording today, to spend time with you today, and I was actually going to do something completely different. Truth. There's a truth. I had a completely different plan. And then when I started to work, I was like, oh no, there's actually a different plan coming through, and I listened. And I'm so glad that I did, because let's all be stuck in the mud together and open up to listening. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you have already heard in your listening. I would love to hear it. And also, join me on Friday in your own way, in your own time. Sync on in for the Friday frequency, because I am going to be activating an amazing meditation and Reiki love for you that is going to clean up all of your energy bodies. And you know what happens when your energy bodies are clean? Energy can get in, messages arrive in. You deserve it. As always, spending time with you brings me so much joy, and I look forward to doing it again. And I am trusting that the magic is lining up for you, and I am trusting that in the moment when you need it, you remember that you are the magic. Big love.